Hi, quick random video. I was gonna do some on dreams, but I don't really remember enough of my dreams. I should really be writing more down, but yeah. So a lot of my videos, my little pointless videos, whether or not they stay online, like I'm gonna try to rewatch some of them and see um what's still up there and what's not up there based on certain points and watching it because some of them have like just disappeared somehow through glitches or something. Some on my laptop and some on YouTube, different ones, same ones, yeah. Um, yeah. So, like, beauty and what we perceive to be attractive or good can be all in perspective because, we have like the X Factor or the voice or this or that. Like, we have the X Factor, not X Factor, sorry, we have like there's drag races for people who go in drag, or there's like beauty pageants for people, beauty. Some people think big's beautiful, but something they don't have out there is like the scar factor or like a beauty pageant for people specifically who are scarred or traumatized or scarred people. Like scars can show a lot. Like you can get scars, you could get a scars protecting someone, showing it's a mark of protection. You could get scars from a surgery, so it's a sign of healing, or even giving life and birth. You could have scars of survival from surviving something. You could have scars that show your pain and that you have healed from your past situations. Like scars that show your pain, like they can show a story, beautiful. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't get why there's not like a modeling system or a modeling show specifically for people with scars to show off their scars and their stories. You know what I mean? I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I forgot one of the points. I was going to put a point there, but I forgot it by the time I got to my book. Um, you know, without stupid people, there would be no smart people. People think like if some people are stupid, it's a waste of time. It's this or that, or like it's not worth it. Or this or that. But without stupid, there is no smart, and stupid could just be a different kind of smart. Without knowing nothing, you can't learn something if you didn't know what to begin with. Which is kind of like reminds me of the situation of the saying, "Thunder is older than lightning," or "Thunder is older than lightning," or "Thunder can warn of lightning," or "Lightning and faster." Like thunder is faster than lightning as well. Which I think is kind of interesting. Thunder and lightning kind of go hand in hand. It reminds me, I was having a little bit of an argument with my sister, because she was making me kind of mad. Something to do with someone in the past. I kind of didn't want to do this, but I let my guard down and I didn't trust my instincts. And like today in class, I was in my class at university, um, and I started having like flashbacks to something that happened in the past. Like I kind of started having these flashbacks to do something with this person whose house I went to when my phone broke and the camera and my pictures deleted themselves, who was going to help me take pictures. Like I went to this person's house and like when I was I was asleep and they tied me up and then like they got me to go back in the thing and saying they were taking pictures and then they put a leather thing around me and they tried to say that I'm gonna like they injected me with drugs and they're like I'm gonna keep injecting you unless you say yes to this on camera and blah blah blah. And like after like 3 or 4 shots, I was kind of like feeling gross and sick, and so I was like, it's probably a smart idea to say yes here. And today in class, randomly, I had like the psychosis of a piece of leather on my arm and like flies all around me or on my face, and something which I thought was um, kind of interesting, something I have gone before. And then I was telling like my sister about this, and she's like, "Oh, I think it could be schizophrenia," and blah blah blah. And some people don't go through all they think they do. And I was like, well, yeah, some people do actually go through that. Like, how fucking dare you? You know, you don't know as much as you think you do, and you don't know more than you think you do just because you have a single piece of paper. You need the life experience, you need the knowledge to know these things. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Um, it's kind of interesting because I kept some of these photos because I was going to try to see if I could find it anywhere if they did put it up online, like they said they were going to. Um, and yeah, but yeah, it's clearly not psychotic because she said, "Oh, I think some people with psychosis can think that what they go through is very real, but it's not." And I'm like, "Well, fuck, it definitely is." I've got some of the pictures to prove that it was real, not like the ones of the actual situations, but the ones I got them to send me of it. Um, but yeah, like some of them they sent me and showed me, and that was before I blocked them out of my fucking life. And I've got some of the photos to do with that and those situations. which has bad memories for me, but I was like using reverse photo search engines and this or that to try to find it. Yeah, which is kind of fucking interesting. Very fucking interesting. I think these people are gonna get their karma. Hopefully someone cuts a fucking kiss on a fucking lobotomy or something. I don't know. Hopefully all these rapist people do horrible things. I hope they all get fucking lobotomies through fucking cerebral time magic. But yeah. Yeah, I think this same guy online, he adopted the screen name Phoenix on his platforms, and when they first did this, they messaged me and they're like, "Oh, I stole the power of an awakening Phoenix. Don't mess with me." And I'm like, "Are you stupid?" Yeah. And even in that situation, one of my future psychologists, was on my file and stuff, who I thought might have been someone from a past situation to do with my ex, but it could have not been in a white lab coat. I think they were there buying drugs for them, like buying all this ice from them, and they knew it. And this like psychologist was secretly an ice addict and all this shit. Okay, so let's see. This is probably about this situation, not guidance, but we've got the sun in reverse, so the opposite of the sun. So, if you look at Jesus, this person could be an antichrist situation, which is kind of interesting. Sorry. There's something going around town at the moment. I mean, me kind of convinced it was something in the water because of the smell and the taste, and then I was in science class and saw this thing about certain things being in the water spread through the water. I'm like, well, fuck, that's possibly going on, and I think people have been getting sick around town, but it could just be this fucking house. I don't know. Yeah, and then one of my housemate was diagnosed with something about being sick recently. I'm like, fuck, I heard someone say that someone had that in the area that I came across too, which I don't think I have it, but hopefully I didn't. Yeah. It's indoor. In all fighting, the direct method must be used for joining battle, but indirect methods will be needed in order to secure victory. Ooh, that's interesting considering what I was just thinking about in the situation, which is present here. Reason over power. In an argument, the most demented, the most determined, loudest, or nastiest contestant may win. With little reason involved, to use influence or overpower to win is harder. Someone highly skilled at indirect methods or someone who is skilled using fighting will win without adversary even knowing there was a fight. To do this, you need to understand the situation better than others to get it to come into play. It's kind of interesting, like manipulate people, or maybe some evil bitch is poisoning the water because no one liked them. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. The one who is skillful at keeping enemies on the move maintains deceitful appearances, according to which the enemy will act. He sacrifices something that the enemy may snatch at it. Get to the root of the problem. Someone is unaccountably angry with you. Think about what that might be. They might be maintaining deceitful appearances and are angry about something that has nothing to do with you. Generally, try and find out what it is that they may well grab for the chance. Your reward and theirs will be getting to the root of the problem so it can be sorted out. It's kind of interesting. Um, kind of interesting. there is much insecurity. Sorry, I mean there is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. Keeping your fight short. Keep your fight short and sweet. Um, yeah. The general who advances without coveting fame and retreats without fearing disgrace, whose only thought is to protect his country and do so service foreign in the jewel of the kingdom. You can't be friends with everyone. So some people are just horrible people. I don't know why I'm thinking about the psychologist situation. They put you on me on drugs until I found out I could legally didn't have to be, and they were just all lying narcissists who were going to lock me up for years if I didn't do what they said and took the pills. But they put me on drugs until I got ridiculously fat, and now I can't get skinnier. Even if I do like 100 sit-ups and 100 this or that a day, every day for like 3 weeks. It's interesting. But I'm not always doing that much. But I haven't exercised in like a fucking week now. I was doing like 3 days or 4 days on, 1 day off, or 1 day on, 1 day off, or 2 days on, 1 day off with exercising, and I'm just kind of like, it's not really the mood right now. Listen, access the mood, then talk when the time is right. Oh, that's an interesting call for what was just going through my head. Maybe I saw it in subliminals, like bam. But if you have bad news to impart or a touchy situation to discuss, be aware of the mood of the person you're going to talk to. With practice, you should be able to gauge when somebody will be resistant to your ideas and when they'll open to your point of view and find a happy resolution. A soldier's spirit is keenest. A soldier's spirit is keenest in the morning. By noonday, it has begun to flag, and in the evening, his mind is bent only on returning your soul. I mean, only on returning to camp. Sorry. This is the art of studying moods. This damn camera, you can't even see it. Kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know. I guess it goes to show you like the difference between good and bad. Someone who's always going to go around trying to make every situation worse and bring things down situation, and their silence, or someone could be trying to constantly bring people up but doesn't know what to say, doesn't know what to say the wrong thing, and they're silent. But then someone could be sad because they're silent because they're sad. Someone could be silent because they're wise. Someone could be silent because they don't know what to do. Someone could be silent because they have a plan. Someone could be silent because they're ready to bite your fucking face off. Cleanse your workspace, but keep a piece of clear quartz on your desk. If you're looking for a sign, this is it. Let's see, I'm trying to think of more things to discuss on the topics of things and situations, but I don't know, kind of don't really make no sense. Let's see about just general advice for this or something more about. Or even like in the hospital, there was these people all jealous, like about someone I had been dating, and then this turns out there's people that wasn't jealous about something I was dating. They were jealous that my uncle knew me and my uncle liked me, and they were scared I liked them more than them. They were all like, "Oh, you're nothing compared." Like even the psychologist in this situation was like, Dr. Linda, she was like, "You're nothing to me. They love me. They love me. They like me more than you. Like you're nothing. You don't intimidate me." And also that, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And it turns out there was like some weird situation to do with an uncle I was yet to meet. Or maybe it was one I have already met. Um, okay, so a divine consciousness or a divine connection with some being. I'm getting something to do with like even an attraction to do with like the pubic region or something here. Um, something that was divinely conscious. I'm not getting someone could have had like an injury here to do with the lymph node, but I'm getting that someone doesn't have this as well. So I'm getting someone has never had this or doesn't have this, and it could be something unrelated to the situation. I just thought of that because it was present in my life, but something to do with the pubic region. I'm getting someone could even have this look the same in like the pubic region as someone for some reason. But someone's jealous of this. I can see someone like trying to take this or steal this from someone. Pleasure. Someone who is very pleasurable. So I'm getting a woman in a wreath and crown. Um, and I'm getting like a brown outfit. We have the base chakra. I don't know where that one is. Um, it's one of them. The base chakra is one of them, but it's that one. So I'm getting creative and sexual energy. Something that came from a sexual energy encounter. And the crown chakra, which is at the top of the head, which is kind of interesting. Um, I'm getting something there, and there could be something that's in pieces now. It's interesting. And then I'm getting sexuality in reverse. It could mean someone who's not sexual, or I'm getting at someone who is not straight in this situation. Someone who is a man who likes other men, even possibly in this situation. So, okay, I'm going to try to do another card to do with that because it's very lucid and I don't understand it. Okay, I'm getting passion, a relationship that wasn't born of passion, and a relationship that had honesty and was built on honesty. These people weren't deceiving each other. They kind of opened up to each other. A relationship that was built on truth and trust, and something that lacked passion and wasn't about passion. It was about caring with each other. So someone who was not just someone is something to do with someone who is not someone's friend, or not like a passionate spree, or this or that. Someone who is like a constant in someone's life, not a variable. Yes, it reminds me of the situation I learned with someone who is apparently my uncle, where I got told about whether or not I can trust what my mother says. The earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the wind longs to play with your hair. I'm getting connection, natural born beauty, natural gifts. Um, so the earth yearns to have you as you are again. Like it kind of wants you to just lie down and chill with it. I was gonna say kill, but lie down and chill with it. Forgot what orders were these in. I'm just gonna do them again. I was even gonna pick up a new one from there and put one back maybe, but it's too much effort. Love is sufficient unto love. I kind of get it, I kind of don't. Love is sufficient unto love kind of means to me like love is sufficient like to put love onto another person. So like if you love, it's going to be a situation of love, putting love on another person, not putting judgment or hate. Obviously, I'm not saying you're not going to judge someone in love, but like loving someone for love as you love them because of love is a reason to love and a situation to love, not loving because you lost for them or want them or for all the wrong reasons. So loving someone for the right reasons. Okay, make not a bond of love, marriage. I don't get that because that kind of contradicts the last one. So make not a bond of love marriage. I don't know why I'm seeing someone getting sired, kind of like on a TV show, someone getting turned into something kind of interesting. Someone turned. Make not a bond of love marriage, so like a lifelong commitment, which is weird because lifelong commitments can take love, but the message of that card is marriage, so I might have to read into the meaning of that card. But I'm getting someone is trying to turn someone. Um, the gates of the waters, the gates of his heart were flung open. The coming of the ship. Someone opens up to love or a new situation or a new life. Someone opens up to something. Someone opens up to someone. Someone admits the truth. Maybe about children. Children they have or children they bear. Like someone opens up to something about children. Maybe children from the past. Children to do something. Children to do this. Children to do that. Like I don't know. Maybe someone fucking gets a prostitute pregnant, and then everyone's all like, "Oh, find the prostitute and the prostitute's child," and he's having sex or with this other woman and married to this other woman. They're like, "Well, why isn't the child the same nationality as this child?" I thought, but actually, it was because like within the month before, or a couple of months before this other child was conceived, they bred the actual child they were talking about. All you have shall someday be given. Given. I'm kind of getting all you should have shall not be given from this card though, like the opposite meaning in a way, because it wasn't on its side. So maybe the reason it was this way is because it represents a balance of everything having what they have for a reason. And maybe when it says all you have shall be given, means not that you will give all that you have, but you will give all you have to give. It's kind of interesting. I mean, someone was kind of made for a reason. Like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Okay, be for the marriage, make a bond, make not a bond of love, but let there be space in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your soul. So I'm kind of getting a deeper connection than love, but what connection is deeper than love? I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting, kind of interesting, kind of interesting. Let's see. This one was all about love, so I'm gonna do this one. Are you manifesting or just making smarter choices? Both can be magic. Someone who appears to be very skilled or highly skilled at their job, but they're highly skilled at their craft as instead. So like I'm getting someone who could have actually been around for a lot longer than people or beings will think or know. So someone could have been around for a lot longer than someone realized, but someone else saw it. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm thinking about situations from my past to do with this as well for some reason. Okay, so bliss, divine intervention, and grace. Someone is in the bliss of a situation or knowing or light, so there's a bliss, something to do with the bliss. A divine intervention, something changes, or someone changes something, or something changes, like it just changes back all of a sudden. And grace in the future. Higher power moves through someone. I'm getting karma. So someone's gonna get karma to do with the situation in the future. Like karma's gonna come for someone, which is kind of interesting. Whether or not karma's present here. Okay, so sorry, I love the fucking design on these. It's part of the reason why I wanted to buy them. It's awesome. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, I was gonna draw a different card. Now I'm gonna draw. Now I'm gonna draw this card. So I'm thinking it's an either option. Either of these three cards could be an outcome or a situation. Where'd I put the other one? Let us see. Oh, they on the reverse. Okay, so the Garden of the Night. So I'm getting the Gates of Day. The Gates to Day. Like a Gate of Day, or like a Solar Gate, kind of like um, yes, or so a Solar Gate, so a gate, an opening situation today to walk in the day, to feel the grass beneath your feet with the sun on your face is an option. Someone could also end up being in a horrible situation to do with the despair, a very miserable, despairing situation to do with this. There's also the possibility, the opposite of threefold protection. So three evil beings trying to like sunburn, be stubborn, murder, possibly even rape, steal from someone's energy or essence or being. So like the opposite of threefold protection will be three people assaulting someone, or three people assaulting someone, or like hurting someone in their sleep, something they're not supposed to do, lying about it, saying they thought they were going to, or supposed to, or they thought this or that, but they're just lying so they can hurt someone. These people stealing from people, they could be jealous of their beauty, or their gifts and their energy, or their fate and the people they know, so they're going against these people and trying to steal from them. I don't know. I'm not saying it's fucking like Lana Sam and some other random Kyla bitch, but this is just three people that speaks to me in the situation. But there's also that Paul guy and all these other random fucking people, which I thought was pretty interesting. I love the illustrations on these cards. It's so fucking beautiful. I'm glad I bought them. No, kind of. It's cool now. Okay, I'm kind of just getting. Oh, hold on, it changed. Okay, so oh, there's two cards both stuck together. I don't know how these ones get so messed up when I'm not using them. Page of Earth, a scholarly, a debatable, a patient, or successful person. So someone was a scholarly, or considered to be a scholarly being in the past. In the present, we have the star, which is apparently related to Archangel Jophiel. A happy time, a positive or optimistic time, someone making long-term plans on the right path. We have this one. I'm not sure which one that is. Relationships develop to carry a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. It's something of water. Um, let's see. I'll be able to tell by the picture. And water represents cups in this deck. Um, so it is. What was that there? There we go. It's the Queen of Water. an emotional issue or a relationship with people evolving to someone evolving to a new level. Someone might not be perfect, but they could be what they're supposed to be at that point in time. Someone's gonna come to calm and accept themselves as they are and as they should be. I'm seeing sand beneath their toes and twist their toes on a beach, a darkened beach with a might be, for some fucking reason, oversized chalice, maybe some candles, some of those Hawaiian mosquito coil things, like a green top or a green candle situation. It's kind of interesting. People. A person of deep but mature emotions, so someone who's wise beyond their years. Able to sense what others need and lovingly provide it, or maybe they're not able to provide it because they have less money than they're supposed to provide for all these people because someone selfishly took it, claiming this person was selfish out of their vanity and their ego, their pride and their lust and their blasphemy. Someone who's pathetic, not this person particularly. Someone who is quite generous, someone who pretends to be generous, someone who is gentle, someone who can be forceful, someone who is unconditionally accepting as others, and someone who only accept others as they want to. So I'm getting two people from that. And we have the Nine of Water in the future. Someone's wishes comes true, their concerns fade away, and a love life. It's interesting. I would love a love life. I've been after a love life for so long, but not many people in the past wanted to date. Like, I was skinnier then and I was exercising, so some ways maybe getting fat or bigger was a good thing because half the people out there just want to use someone for their body, and then like half the people will talk to you and say they're friends, and you'll have the best conversations, and they'll just go out of nowhere and just block you or just like send you this rude ass message saying all these mean things. It's like, why did you even say that to me or something? And just disappear out of your life and be like, well, fuck you too. Let's see. The Queen of Pentacles. Someone who is nurturing and growing something, a plan or a situation is nurtured or grown by someone. There's a hare or a rabbit, or it's a brown rabbit, but I'm seeing a white rabbit. I'm seeing someone who's frozen, like something to do with a stone being, or kind of like a stone being to do with the situation, and someone who's turning something or a situation or turning something upside down physically. Um, it's kind of the only one I get from this, really. So we're gonna read more into the Queen of Pentacles. The Pentacles in the last deck represents Earth too. A generous and stable, sensible, down to earth person. Someone who's warm, comforting, healthy, even though they might not appear to be, and concerned. Um, I'm getting someone who could be falsely punished and someone who's not supposed to be doing that, but they go out of their way and they're blasphemous vain beings in their vain way, and they try to take it because it's not theirs and they want it out of pure envy and jealousy and lust for the power, and they're like, say, oh, I don't think they don't deserve to be this, they don't deserve to be that beautiful, they don't deserve to look like they looked naturally, or like they don't deserve to have the fruits of their efforts which they have earned. And this person is kind of, I can see the best option for this person would be getting kind of melted alive, and that would be the less painful option for them to die, and it would prepare them for the pain they're supposed to go through one day in hell if they don't pull their head in. I know that's a really vivid and morbid thing, but they will be dragged to hell and they will go through something worse than being melted by steam alive. It will make hell easier if they die by steam after what they're doing to people. Someone who has an affinity with nature and animals. Um, Obviously, there's two people because someone's generous, stable, and sensible, healthy, and concerned, and then someone who's opposite of that as well. Someone who has confidence in their body, and then on the other side of this evil being. I'm seeing someone who claims people who are confident in their body are like, so they're like, see someone who's confident in their body, and they're like, I'm not confident, or I want that, or like, I think you're better than me in some way, I don't want to admit it, so they're like, oh, you're a slut, you're you want it or you're this or that, or like they want it or they're after it, they're trying to get it, which is something I can relate to. But not actually being that. It's just people being confident in their body. Some people think they're being aggressive or trying to be dominant or this or that, apparently, just because they're happy or confident in themselves. And it's like, fuck you. Most of those people are just pathetic ass bitches anyway. Like, I can't say I'd do well in a situation if one up against that at the moment because I'm very unfit, and my energy and my strength and everything is constantly being drained away. I'm seeing something to do with the Ferris wheel. I'm seeing a white house with like a white wooden fence porch thing situation. I'm seeing someone with a glass of something. I'm seeing like a metal table with kind of like a silver, and it's got all these line things like on it. I'm seeing a grey haired woman drinking a tea or a lemonade with a light on. Maybe it's like a mosquito thing. Maybe this is the kind hearted woman mistaken for something else. Heightened to need the development, uh, to need to develop them in themselves. So like someone someone who displays these qualities can highlight what you need in yourself to display others, which is kind of interesting because it kind of reminds me of like the mirror abilities or the mirror empaths, like mirrors being empaths, and the to also to do with the abilities of like reflective or mirror empathy, where we can shine something back about someone, about themselves they know or don't know, or see or don't need, or need to see or don't need to see. That's kind of cool because in the abilities, some people could show you like what you need to work on and improve. But I guess that kind of is the same thing, but it's also different. Um, it's like shining back the abilities you need to improve on in yourself, or what you need to improve on yourself, which I thought was kind of interesting. Um, which I thought was kind of interesting, yeah. Um, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like maybe there's someone like a mirror empath who can reflect back qualities about someone's self they need to improve on or work upon. Just the ghost or demon in a house casually. Anyway. Oh, hold on. There's another one here. I don't know where that came from. A page. A page of pentacles. I'm getting a secret. There's secretly like a frog sitting on their head, and they don't realize it half the time. And they're holding this thing of value. There's like what they're holding on what they're creating with their hands is far more valuable than anyone can comprehend or see. An open field, a red brick house, surrounded by like a berry or a wine orchard or a wine town or something. Um, I'm getting someone who contemplates in their solace and sits by themselves. They can enjoy adventure their time alone, and when they're alone, they spend their time planning or healing or recharging. My laptop's gonna run out of battery. And they basically just chill. They're like, yeah, it's chill. I'm chill. Um, yeah, kind of interesting. I don't know. Me and my time alone personally, I need to start exercising again more. I did like a couple of weeks of doing it almost every night, and then I stopped because even if I do it, I don't know what it is to do with my water levels, but like I will start looking more like I do naturally with the black hair, and I'll like get skinnier and this or that, and I'll get better. But then all of a sudden, like in a couple of hours of waking up, or in a couple of hours after notice it, it's like my belly just gets bigger in like 30 seconds. Sometimes it disappears from my butt to my belly somehow. My hair goes to like being messier when I've just done it and just washed it and cleaned it to being like messier and growder. So, and my face kind of, it's weird, man. It's not normal. But I don't know, it could just be the perception of self thing. Could be that there be some wicked drainers who is jealous of what they do not have. Could just be quinkydinks. But I mean, even if people's hair got lighter when they got older, it wouldn't happen in 30 seconds in a day and then it wouldn't go back to normal and then go back there. Although I did have this delusion that was completely unrelated because in this dream, when my face changed, I just got more beautiful. When my hair went really white, like got lighter and lighter and went white, and then all of a sudden I sprouted like 6 wings. That was just a crazy ass marijuana trip, though. It was interesting. Yeah, that I was secretly something in disguise, watching and judging people, and they wouldn't recognize, or they would recognize, or maybe that was someone I saw in the mirror reflections of a window. Who knows? They thought it was someone else. but like this person, someone was here not to be judged, but to judge others, and also by the way and they act and what they judge people for and do, and they can now see all the corruption bar one being. Yeah, especially with people doing what they're not supposed to. It's kind of an interesting thing or situation. Like, I think the amount of people that would claim something someone that they're not just to get what they want or to do with what they want would be kind of interesting in the modern day and age. Like, I've heard a lot of people saying their codes, like some people make fake codes saying, oh, I think we should say if someone was raped, we should say they're a sex demon because sex demons in the Bible don't exist. So someone who gets raped is a sex demon, or someone who does sex for money is a sex demon, but make them both the codes at the same time so that they rape the people that got raped, and so the people who want to do sex for money don't get it and they starve. You know what I mean? Um, which is two sides of the same thing, and they can also use it as an excuse to rape people, but I don't think it's quite ever frequently true. Um, I honestly don't think, like, whether or not they actually exist yet, but they probably do, because I remember one version of the Bible saying they didn't even exist yet in that point. And, if someone's punished to be that, it's not exactly going to feel good, which is kind of interesting. And then I also remember reading this version of the Bible, and apparently it says one of these beings would have red wings, and in their wings it would be red, where like it hadn't really been red before. And their name would be succubus, and they would be sex. It doesn't necessarily say they're a demon, but there's kind of a reference in the next chapter saying what is Cupid, if the being who is gifted or turned into or possesses the red wings is sex themselves or the embodiment of sex. It's kind of interesting, but I don't think it's relevant or true. Yeah. Um, but I don't honestly think that's true. That could be a very much misinterpretation, but I mean, you never know. Could be something else, could be a different kind of being or a different something. Like, apparently, you see in the Bible, and you never see any reference to, like, as some people say you see fairies in the Bible, some people say you don't. Like, these beings of the earth, these kind of earth beings, who are supposed to mainly be earth beings or different beings of different elements and this and that. Apparently, you don't see them, and then apparently, you do. Fairies, like hidden earth beings, hidden not beings, who knows, you know what I mean? Apparently there is, and then some people say there is, and some people say there isn't dragons in the Bible. Um, but some depictions even say when the devil falls, if he falls, he becomes the first dragon, and he would. Some people say, oh, he's red, but I believe the original interpretations say he's green. He would turn green when he became that, which I kind of think is interesting. Um, if that's kind of interesting. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting, kind of scary, kind of not at the same time. Um, there's also foxes in the Bible. Like there's foxes in the Bible, which I think is kind of interesting because some people say there's no foxes. Like I'm not talking about the normal fox. I'm saying the supernatural being fox. And like there's several depictions saying it's this or that, and then it's not this or that. And one of them even says like that the fox and the dragon would be know each other. And then they would not, and then the dragon would compare the fox to flies and say that the fox is like flies, and it would be their child, and they would hate each other, and the fox wouldn't be able to kill the dragon at all, and like they would could end up killing each other, or the fox would not be able to kill the dragon, but it would like after they insulted the fox's child, it would actually be able to kill their children, but not the dragon itself, because the dragon was like impenetrable, but the children are not. The children can't be vinced. It's kind of interesting. But if they did that, they would end up just killing each other's children and blah blah blah. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting about those lines because I think in the Bible with the dragons, there was one, and then some depictions say two or three or four, and like the dragon bred three, and then they bred one, two, or three, which is kind of interesting. And then like the fox was one, and then they like bred one to three or four, and they all had the same amount, so they were quite rare and like the rarest beings. Um, and then like in the Bible, I think sex demons. It was three sex demons or three succubus or whichever one that was, and they bred like fucking thousands of children. But they can breed like three different kinds of children. They can breed like miniature bat-looking demon children out of their vagina, which is like kind of like their groom level succubuses they breed, and then they can breed actual children who like obviously they're all actual children, but these ones are kind of if you were breeding a child, it's breeding a child. So it's like the child of them. And then there's kind of like mid-level ones who kind of just can be controlled by them as well, but aren't like smaller ones like the bat demon things, looking things that come out of their vagina because they're succubus. I thought that was interesting. It's kind of interesting. They can even block out the sun if they get powerful enough. I saw that on a TV show. It was kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's kind of all interesting in theorem and perception. Like you hear certain people have codes about this, like, oh, I identify as this, I identify about that. And it's like, I don't know why you would claim that or gonna be that like unless you're born a fucking angel or you're born a psychic or you're born a monster or you're born a fucking fish in human form, I don't fucking know. Then I don't get why people would want to or even want to claim to be something they're not. Like it could suck. Or it could be good and it could be fun or yeah, but then again, I guess with them it comes to depends on the person as well, not um, if especially if they're born that way. Like if you're born that way, you're born that way, or if you're created that way, you're created that way. If you get turned into that for the result of your actions, it's a different story because then it's like no, it's your punishment. But if you get falsely punished, or if you also you can also um just be born as that, which means you have the chance or the option to be good. And like in the original Bible theories I read, the angels wouldn't punish you just because you're born something. They would punish you because you commit the sins to meet the crimes. So if someone's born as something, like someone who's older might say, "Oh, they'll kill you, they'll kill us," but actually it's just that one they're after. Like even in some of these shows, they said, "Oh, well, they'll kill you, they kill us," and then like they specifically don't hurt these specific ones, and it's like, well, those ones are born that way, the other ones are raped and murdered hundreds of innocent people in order to become that. That's why they're killing them, or they were already dead and possessed. But the ones who were born that way, like it wasn't their fault. They were just doing what they thought was right. They didn't know better, and you would teach them what not and what to do, and that's why they didn't. They said I wouldn't actually hurt you, or these specific ones, because these ones they were born that way. You know what I mean? It wasn't a choice. They were paying for the sins of their forefathers, which means the other people around them could have been quite evil compared to what they knew or thought. Or there is the exception of tricked people, which I thought was kind of interesting. But yeah, this video I have 3 points, and I thought it was going to go on for like 30 fucking seconds, but it went on for a ridiculously shit stupid long amount of time. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any more pointless topics to go on about. Um, yeah, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot skin. Um, yeah. Anyway, peace, love, and bananas. Bye.